That's cold-blooded. Oh. All right. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's family is doing well and still remaining safe during this day and age. But also, too, good afternoon as well. We're coming off a tough victory. Thought our guys played well. They played hard. We found a way to pull ourselves across the finish line. I normally say something else. If that comes up again, I'll say it like I normally say it. But other than that, getting ready for a tough opponent who has had some unfortunate luck the past 2 weeks, but we expect them to be at their best. With that said, I'm all ears.
Coach, 2 snaps for Skyy in week 2. How is his progress coming in, and where do you see him fitting in as the season rolls along?
You know what, Skyy's doing a heck of a job for us. Obviously, we just got to make sure we're putting him in and giving him more opportunities to do the things that we know he's capable of doing. I love the way he works. Obviously, he didn't play as much, but moving forward, I guarantee you'll see him, more than 2 snaps throughout the course of the season as we continue to move forward, because the kid brings a lot to the table. Obviously, he's doing a great job on special teams, but also, too, it's time for us to make sure that we allow him to be the player that he needs to become as a receiver as well.
Eric, so much about the short yardage against the Chargers, but the reason it stands out not converting is because you guys typically have been really good in those situations. What do you think, just how you look back on your short yardage situation Thursday?
Well, every game you want to win situational football, the situations that present themselves. Obviously, it was a short week. We didn't do a good enough job as a coaching staff getting our guys ready, but our guys also understand the expectations that we have for them. So when those situations present themselves, we have to perform better. So what does that mean? Just like we're stressing this week, we got to make sure that we're stressing the fundamentals and execution. So we got to detail the details and making sure when we're put in those situations, we can be successful because everyone's doing their job and not doing something that's inexcusable. So we just have to play better. Our coaches, we got to do a much better job of coaching it as well.
I wanted to ask you specifically about the Checo 3rd and 1 play. Maybe this is just more of a general football question, but the Chargers defensive line looked like, are they trying to take away the fullback dive on that play? I guess how did you just view when you looked back at that play on film?
Well, the Chargers did a great job. And, I mean, when you're playing against a great defense, you expect that type of charge. But on top of that, we expect our guys to go out and do their job and perform as well. So when it's all said and done, we have to make sure that our guys are on the same page and we're not making the mental errors to keeping us from achieving the goal. Our guys didn't perform up to par in that particular situation. But no fault in blaming our players. That falls right back on the coaching staff, and we'll be better this week.
Clyde has come out of the gate pretty strong. What do you think has led him to get the start that he's had here?
You know what? Clyde has done a heck of a job, I knock on wood. He's continuing. The thing that I love what he's bringing to the table is that his practice habits is basically transforming onto the game field. And he's doing a hell of a job of continuing to work hard and to strain the finish. Probably the first time in a while that he's had an offseason where he can, train the entire offseason. But on top of that, he's just been healthy. And so it's been great seeing him perform in practice. And those practice habits are transferring over to the field. So we're just excited for him. But on top of that, it's only week 2. We still got a lot of football and a lot of games ahead of us.
Coach, we talked with Mahomes yesterday, who talked about the Colts defense. He said that they're pretty much stacked on every single level. You looking at the defense now, studying this week, what do you think stands out to you the most?
I'll say this, just like I say each and every week, the game is won up front. Those guys got some studs up front. They got the kid, number 90. Obviously, they got Big Buckner as a 3 technique. They got Kwity Paye, and they got Yannick. Shaquille is obviously going to make his grand return this week. And then in the back end, they got a Pro Bowler that's playing at the nickel position, and they got Mr. Gilmore out there as well. And I'm not trying to disrespect any of the other players, but those are the guys that stand out, and they're doing a hell of a job. Obviously, they haven't had the best of luck for the past 2 weeks, but they're playing at home. This is going to be a rallying cry. And one thing, since we've been here, we know anytime we're going to anybody's home or if they're coming here, we're gonna get their best. So we're expecting their best. We're expecting them to come out and play hard and play fast and perform up to par. Our guys got to make sure that we're ready more than anything. So I'm not concerned about them. You know, I need to just make sure that our guys are ready to play a 60-minute sound football game.
They were put in a tough spot last week. They had some turnovers and all that stuff. But they didn't get to the quarterback last week. How much credit should Jacksonville get for keeping them away, and did maybe not play up to their standard?
Well, I thought Jacksonville did a heck of a job. I mean, in this league, on any given Sunday, any team can be beaten, and obviously that's been proven. But at the end of the day, Jacksonville played a better game than what the Indianapolis Colts did. I expect the Colts to be better because obviously they have a great head coach in Frank Wright. He's done a hell of a job. We've seen Gus. We know Gus. He's done an excellent job since he's been a defensive coordinator in this league. And so we expect them to come out and be better than what they have shown the previous two games.
Looks like Leonard is in line to maybe make his season debut. Just how aware do your guys have to be of him at all times?
Well, we have to be very aware. He's one of the most premier backers in this game. Since he's been in the league, I think he's led the league in punch-outs. So he's caused a lot of turnovers. He's made a lot of splash plays. He's a hell of a player. I mean, he's making his grand return. We just want to make sure that it's not too grand.
The first touchdown last week, obviously an incredible scramble. A lot of that is Patrick just being Patrick, but also how much of that is what you guys practice in training camp working on the scramble drill?
You know, we practice the scramble drill a lot, and it's huge because you always want to make sure that we're giving the quarterback an opportunity to extend the play. So we keep our guys informed. There's certain hot areas that we want to press. When Pat's on the loose, and Pat does a great job, he has those radar eyes. I mean, he's like a pilot out there. He can locate guys, and then he just finds them. So our guys are programmed, and basically they understand the importance of staying alive and finding those hot spots so they can make a play as well.
You've said before, you know, every play is designed to go for a touchdown, but, you know, your expectations for a fullback dive might be different than a jet sweep on a 3rd and short. What's kind of the art of making the decision about whether you're going for just moving the chains or, you know, you see an opportunity for a chunk play on those 3rd and shorts?
Well, and I'll say it again, every play is designed to go for a touchdown. In fact, Bert has scored on the 31 dive, on our dive play before. And also we've seen McCole score on a jet sweep. But what goes into it, you just want to try and take advantage of what the defense is giving you. And so there's really no hidden secrets. Obviously, we see everything that they do. They're seeing everything that we do, and we just basically try and go off of their tendencies, okay? In this particular situation, we're expecting maybe they'll give us a certain look that we can take advantage of. So that's more than anything. And then at the end of the day, we just have to perform because if everybody's doing their job, we're giving ourselves the best chance of being successful. And then that particular play, when called upon, or player who the ball is placed in hands, they have to make a play. So we just got to be better. We got to execute with great attention to details, and we got to be accountable by playing sound football. All right. Thank you. Y'all take care.
You too, Coach.